Welcome to Conspiracy Corner Podcast, everyone. This is Abe, your host. So, let's see. Today's date is August the 6th, 2024. It has been a interesting day. So I got up, got ready for work, rolled my cigarettes, drank my coffee, took my ashwagandha, deodorant, all that shit, just getting ready for work. Chilling, listening to Broken Simulation, Sam Tripolis. I get ready, get done, and I'm going to work. And got my hands full. My mother-in-law's like, hey, you want something to do? I'm like, not really, going to work. I love my mother-in-law to death, but she'll ask me like, she always asks me like I'm bored, like, oh, you want something to do? But she'll ask me when I'm doing something, like going to work. She never asks, like, if I actually, am not doing anything, she'll never ask me for anything. But then when I'm doing something, she'll ask me for something. And I'm like, why? What's up? And she's like, there's a wasp nest with some wasp on it. I need you to spray it. So, went out there. My hands are full and I'm trying to get the door open. I'm like, okay, I'm going to need someone to help get the door open. Someone needs to hold this stuff. And my wife, she goes out there with the can of wasp spray and she's just sitting there, like freaked out. And I'm like, are you going to spray them or do you need me to do it? I really don't want to. Well, then, here, hold all this stuff. So I spray it. It splashes back on my eyeball, all over me. I'm like, great. Good thing it like missed my eye, So that was fun. And then on my way to work, so I'm driving down this highway and I go into a turning lane. There's somebody waiting here to go out that way. By law, they have to wait. I turn first. I get a clearing. I turn. This dude almost fucking slams into me. Like, this fucking close. So that pisses me off. I'm like, what is going on today, dude? Like, something is in the air. I'm like, maybe it's the 13th, but it's the 6th. So that was my exciting day. So that's our little intro. And we got Lammy Chillmeister, the co-host. So, let's get on with the show. So I'm feeling a little spicy. Yesterday was just kind of a shit day. Like, at work, we were overloaded as usual. That's every fucking Monday, I feel like. It's just nuts. In my sweat lodge right now. But, so yesterday, I'm overloaded with work, so I'm already pissed off. I already know we're gonna end up pulling pallets back and have to do them today. And then, like, when I get to work yesterday, I was off Sunday. So yesterday was Monday. They're like, yesterday was fucking shit. We had 3 people. We couldn't get it all done. We had to pull pallets back. I'm like, so why didn't you all call me in? Well, I can't do that. So then I talked to David, my boss. I'm like, how come you didn't call me in, bro? I said, I told you I could use overtime. I'm trying to get ahead in life and help my mother-in-law with like a $3,000 debt she has, And he's like, okay, I'll keep that in mind. So him hearing that I need overtime, and when I do overtime, like, I'll come in on a day off. I'd rather just come in for a whole shift on a day off, or at least like 3/4 of a shift or half a shift or something. And he's like, hey, you need overtime, right? This is at the end of the night yesterday. And he's like, can you stay 30 minutes late and do this cart full of powders? For some reason, he is obsessed with the powdered drink mixes. It didn't get done yesterday because we were so slammed with too much of a workload. And I'm like, no. And he's like, I thought you need overtime. I'm like, 30 minutes ain't gonna be nothing, for one. Two, I told him, I said, I'll come in on days off for overtime. That's what I mean. I'm not gonna stay an hour, 2 hours late, 30 minutes. No, I'm ready to go home. And the reason why I was kind of irritated yesterday was I found out some shit news. My oldest brother texted me. So, I've talked about it on this channel before. Me and Sammy have gotten used in a movie documentary. I had someone message me, and in the comment section, it was a Munchkin suicide scene in The Wizard of Oz, that whole conspiracy. And the person said, hey, I'm working on a documentary. Can we use this clip? And I'm like, hell yeah. I said, the only thing I have to say is, like, give us credit, like, put us in the credits, and or some form of shout out, or, you know, put in captions like original source, Conspiracy Corner podcast channel. You know what I mean? Give me credit in some way. That's all that I ask, because that's free publicity, you know? If somebody sees that scene and they see me and Sammy talking conspiracy, they might go, oh, this guy's kind of cool, like, or, you know, and go check my shit out, you know? It's free publicity. But, by the way, that is a idea for, the channel. I wish they had, like, sent it to us for free or something, like, hey, since we're using you, like, we'll send you a free copy so you can watch it. Like, that would have been cool. But so we have to pay for it, but it's an idea we have, because we have, like, OBS now, so we can do kind of like streams and watch alongs on stuff. It's just an idea. But sorry about that. The walls have ears. I am a little stoked. I figured out how to clean out my phone so I can record up to like 3 episodes if I time it perfectly on here without having to delete old stuff. So what bugged me, I'm gonna vent a little bit, is my oldest brother texted me because he has TikTok. He keeps trying to get me to use it. Little side rant. I will never have a TikTok channel. It's Chinese spyware. And I know people always give me the argument of, well, the US government spies on us all the time. Like, why does it matter? Well, trust me, I don't trust the US government. The US government terrifies me and is corrupt and evil. But it's less evil, and I trust it more than I would the fucking Chinese government. Just saying. That, and to me, like, I'm a podcaster. I make videos sometimes. I make little mini documentaries, slideshows, whatever. But for the most part, this is a podcast channel. That's what I like doing. That's what I enjoy doing, is podcasting, long form speaking. I don't like making 5-second content. It's kind of lame to me. In my opinion, it's kind of gay. But this channel, scarysimp, my brother's like, hey, I was on TikTok. I seen you and Sammy. I said, what? So how the fuck are we on TikTok? We don't have a TikTok. Oh, this other channel, his name's scarysimp. I subscribed to him, and he used a clip of you all and was talking about it. I said, okay, that's cool. I said, how many views did it get? He said 4.3 million views. I said, okay. Did they give us a shout out? Did they post a link? Did they say, hey, this is the channel I got this from? Anything like that? Nope. So you have 4.3 million followers of that video, or 4.3 million views on that video. If you would have gave us a shout out, go check out this channel. It's the source that I took it from. I would have been like, go ahead. And this is an open invitation. If anyone ever wants to use any of my content, you're welcome to make clips of it. The only thing that I say that you cannot do that would piss me off is like if you took full episodes and re-uploaded full entire podcast episodes and started making money off of my channel when I'm not making any money off my channel, then I'd be real fucking pissed. But if you want to make clips, if I say something interesting or cover something interesting and you want to download it and cut it and clip it and put it out, that's fine. Just make sure you give me a shout out. Make sure you give me credit so people can know where to find the original source and check out my channel. Because imagine, dude, 4.3 million. If, let's just say half of them checked us out, that would have been 2 million. And let's just say half of 2 million checked us out and subscribed. 1 million subscribers. I've been doing YouTube for 6 or 7 years. You have to reach 1,000 subscribers to get monetized. You know, and I don't do this for the money, but if I could get paid to do my passion, that would be fucking amazing. Can you imagine that just within 2 seconds, just 1 million subscribers? Like, I don't know. It's just aggravating. So scarysimp, your channel on TikTok, you fucking suck. Putting it nicely, you fucking blow. You have now made an enemy. And if you see this, fuck you. And learn to, in this community, this is how this community works. This is the conspiracy community. We give each other shout outs. If we're using someone's shit, we give credit where credit is due. That we all help each other out. And you're already burning bridges on one of the most coolest people in this community. This isn't me being egotistical. I'm really a chill fucking dude. I'm pretty fucking cool. I would give you the shirt off my back. I believe in the laws of abundance. I give shout outs. Watch my channel, dude. I give shout outs. If I get an idea, give a shout out. If I learned information from someone, I give a shout out. I always give shout outs and credit. So you fucking suck, dude. And you're burning bridges in the community with one of the coolest motherfuckers in this community, Abe Williams. So like, you done fucked up. Scarysimp, you blow. Alright, next segment. Today we're doing, I'm going to call it a back to school special. Normally I would wear my reading glasses because that's my little prop that I've been doing. But there's people around. I'm kind of embarrassed. So this is Jessamine Journal, issue 151, number 31. So now that I was explaining that I live it with the law, using the laws of abundance, I learned it from Sam Tripolis. And this is not me boosting my ego. This is just me telling you that this is something that I had always lived by, but I didn't know the name of it until Sam Tripolis had said, this is the laws of abundance, and explained it on his podcast. Laws of abundance, basically, is I've bartended for almost a decade back in the past. I have been rich, and I have been poor. If you're a bartender, you know. You have, during the summer, you got money falling out your ass. You can make $200-300 a night. During the winter, you might walk out the door with $20-30. There's nights I've walked out the door with $15, you know, and have to go home, get sent home early, go home and eat a bologna sandwich. But the laws of abundance go like this. When you have money to give, donate. You see a homeless guy on the street, give him a $5 bill. Yesterday, I had a friend stop by and talk to me for a little bit. He said, man, I don't know if I got money for gas on the way home, talking to his wife. I just reached in my wallet, pulled out a $5. I said, it ain't much. Here you go. I'm living with my mother-in-law now. She's $3,000 in the hole. I know that she can't work. She did it to herself. It was her own dumb living lifestyle of getting credit cards, having an addiction to spending money. I said, I'll get you out of the hole, but you got to stop. You know, helping others financially. And the laws of abundance, the law is that when you help others, it comes back to you. It might not be instant, but I promise you it does come back to you. During my divorce, I was practicing the laws of abundance, and there's no way I could have went through my divorce without my Nana literally dropping like $5,000 to help me with lawyer fees and shit. And we won the cases and shit. Because it was a real messy custody battle, real messy divorce, all that shit. And now, the laws of abundance, though, when someone's giving you money and helping you, you have to pay them back. Even Stevens, they call it squaring up the books, I think. You know, make sure you're squaring up the books financially with people. But right now, where I work is a grocery store, Kroger. They're doing a back-to-school drive. And they're also doing a food drive with police cars. The police station, it's run by the police station. It's called Cram the Cruiser. So this is here in Lexington, Kentucky. These are two different drives. And I use this channel, this platform, to try to get people to do certain things that is good. It's service to humanity, service to community. And like, it doesn't cost much. Like, say you're like broke as a joke, you know. I'm, knock on wood, doing amazing right now, which is awesome. And I've just been like, when I go into the store and buy something, I'll spend $1 on a bottle of glue. And they need school supplies. They're doing a school supplies drive for back to school. So I'll probably name this episode Back to School Special. Yeah, it's $1. It's not gonna kill me. And if I do that each time I buy something from here, it's something. And I know there's the argument of, well, our taxpayer money should be paying for that. I know it should be, but there's a possibility that it's not. And I know they should spend their tax money better and shit, but I do it just to do it, just to help. Because I see people, they get on to me for donating to certain places like Ronald McDonald House, and they're like, oh, you know, it's a scam, blah, blah, blah. Most of these donation places are scams. I don't donate. And I'm like, yeah, but I have to. It's the laws of abundance. This is the way I live. I'm in Alcoholics Anonymous too, and you have to do service. That's one of the sides of the triangle, is serving your community. I have to. It's a rule that I live by. And honestly, your goodwill, you receive the karma either way. And as a witch, I believe that whatever you put out there, you get back threefold. It's called the threefold law. So if I give $20, somehow I'm going to get $60 back. School district receives community donations for students/classrooms. Before this past weekend's PAC, the Cruiser event, 5 State Farm agents in Jessamine County donated supplies to Jessamine County Schools Youth Service Center. The school district Student Support Services Department helps children overcome barriers in learning by referring families to community agencies that assist with bills and basic living needs, health, education, and mental health counseling, to name a few. So this is State Farm agents. So State Farm, give credit where credit's due. They're doing something good. Providing school supplies to kids and classrooms in need is one way the department helps children in the county's elementary, middle, and high schools. District mental health consultant Kelly Canup said having the tools they need gives kids the confidence to learn and thrive. Quote, "It's just a big relief when parents need things and when kids get to school when they don't have something they want or need or forgot or didn't have the funds to get," says Canup, who worked with Student Support Service Director Beth Carpenter to coordinate this donation. According to Canup, having the supplies every child needs also decreases distractions for everyone in the classroom and causes a ripple effect. I agree with that, dude. When people see that you are living in laws of abundance, it can cause a ripple effect. Here's an example. When I worked at McDonald's, there was a Christian radio station. I cannot remember the name. Otherwise, I would give credit where credit's due. A radio host on there was telling people, hey, let's start blessing other people. Laws of abundance, basically. When you're in a McDonald's drive-thru, pay for the guy behind you. So there would literally be a chain. Somebody would pay for the person behind them. So then the next one will go, "Oh, really? My meal's paid for? All right, well, I want to pay for the guy behind me." You would see it like 3 or 4 cars in a row. And to me, like, my bosses hated it. I'm like, why do you hate this? This is amazing. This is awesome, dude. This is how the world should be working. This is how the world should work. Everyone just starts blessing other people, man. Yeah, so it does cause a ripple effect. By the way, check out Ripple Effect podcast. He loves talking about the ripple effect, obviously. Quote, "The kid that doesn't have headphones isn't trying to talk or ask the other children what is going on. So it's not only that one child that's getting supplies, but it's helping the other kids because they are not trying to gather and work and figure it out or have to leave the classroom even to go get something or to call a parent. By the way, it's embarrassing too when you ain't got all the supplies and shit. That's got to be embarrassing for children. Of like, I don't have pencils. Mom and dad couldn't buy me pencils. I don't have glue because we couldn't afford glue, you know. Randall Tuning, Steve Page, Michael Case, Jennifer Hawkins, and Richard Woolams donated $12,050 in school supplies to Student Support Services, including 100 headphone sets, so that's awesome. And those things aren't cheap. Headphones are like, I buy the cheapest ones, earplugs, and they're like $10 a pop, you know, wired ones. And chisel-tipped whiteboard markers for teacher use. Canup said the district identified items on a wish list for specific needs. In years past, we've done backpacks, and this year, we chose to do more items so we can spread it out a little bit more, she said. It's just one way that we collect. Hang on, see school on 2. Dead air, baby. Dead air. Educators. School. Here we go. We might get into that educator thing for rural educators since this is a back to school special episode. People are like, probably like, where's the conspiracy? No conspiracy today. We're helping the community one step at a time. Collectively try to collaborate and get together and give back to the community. And I impact a lot of people. Be a good neighbor. That's what we are trying to be. Good neighbors to our school system and the family we all serve. Getting back into that service. This is why I love Alcoholics Anonymous so much. Part of your duty, if you're a friend of Bill and a member of Alcoholics Anonymous, is to be a service to others. If interested in donating supplies to the Jessamine County Schools Central Office, the wish list of most needed items Sent out for Cram the Cruiser included headphones, plastic folders, yellow, red, blue, green, with prongs/pockets, expel markers, highlighters, crayons, markers, 2 to 3 inch binders, composition notebooks, and spiral notebooks. The list also included a section of items the schools do not need at the moment, including lunchboxes, backpacks, paper, rulers, glue sticks, and or glue bottles. So, yeah. I have a little story, I don't think I've ever told it on this podcast, of irritation with Garrett County High School and an old fat woman Boston lady mayor that we had who fucking sucked. Alright, next segment. So, I have had firsthand experience of how there is not proper funding towards the education system. I lived in a town called Lancaster, Kentucky. It was bumfuck Egypt. We had an old mayor. He was an older guy from New England, which this is like the second New England mayor we had. I think the chick was from Boston. He was from New England, like New York or something. I can't remember. But, Yankees running Lancaster. Which I have no problem. If you're a Yankee, that's cool. I'm a Southern gentleman, so I have to pick at you. Poke. She was a fucking idiot. So, the original school we had, Garrett County High School, the one I graduated from, I was the last year to graduate from it. They didn't tear it down, which is cool, but they moved the middle school into our school. There was nothing wrong with it. Perfectly fine. The only thing they needed was just a deep clean and maybe some new lockers and shit, but the school had nothing wrong with it. And there's not that many students in Lancaster and Garrett County that they didn't need a bigger school. So she wasted money on building this new school out in the middle of the country. They built it on top of sinkholes, and it caused plumbing issues. It had leaks in the roof they built this huge, gigantic, beautiful school with all this money just wasted. The only way to fix the plumbing issues and to fix the school, because they built it on top of a sinkhole, would be to tear down the entire school, fill the sinkhole, fix the piping and plumbing, and rebuild the entire school. So they basically built a school that is going to physically fall apart like the House of Usher and Edgar Allan Poe. Fucking retarded. Another thing too, we had this old classic courthouse. Nothing wrong with it. Worked perfectly fine. She decided she was going to build a brand new courthouse when you have something that is perfectly fine. Wasteful shit. This is how she was wasting her money. And in front of this gigantic 3-story courthouse with elevators and all this shit, she puts chrome. They're either chrome or bronze. I'm talking thousands of dollars of 5 or 6 statues of founders of Lancaster, Kentucky. And they're all, when you go up and look at the plaques, they're made of like I said, bronze or something, or fucking not chrome, but you know what I'm saying, metal, solid molded metal of these stupid founders of Lancaster, Kentucky. Nobody knows who the fuck they are. When you go and look at the plaques, half of them are drunks who were whiskey makers, half of them are fucking slave owners, half of them are fucking preachers, and you know how I feel about Christianity and Jesus and Yahweh and shit. I'm oh. I'm sorry that classic liberal came out, and I'm can we just come out here with some fucking bulldozers, I don't know, some Antifa style shit? What a waste of money. Another thing too, I had a couple buddies who went on to the new school, and they said they were still using textbooks from the 70s. Water damaged textbooks from the 70s, so you know the information on there is not accurate. which that's a whole nother rabbit hole of, I already know Rockefeller textbooks. I already know all about that shit, so don't blow me up in the comments. That's a whole nother rabbit hole we're not going to get into. So funding isn't going to the proper places, man. That's about it, though. I think we'll wrap it up there. This was the back to school special. Remember what I taught you about the laws of abundance. Please start obeying them. Your life will become greater when you live with those laws written on your heart and you practice the laws of abundance of helping other people. Your life will get amazingly more better. Even if it's little things, $1 to a homeless person, a cheeseburger to a homeless person, giving a kid some candy, giving out candy on Halloween or something, donating a $1 bottle of glue to a toy drive. That's what I want this episode to be. So if you're in Lexington, Kentucky, specifically, that's what's going on here at Kroger. Cram the Cruiser and State Farm funded back to school supply drive. Please participate. We love you all. Give back to your community. Do some form of service. Even if you're on the side of the road picking up trash, do something to help your community. I love you all. I know I started off grumpy, but I ended with love. And I hope that is the underlying theme of this episode, is love and giving to other people. But y'all have a good day.